Financial Reporting Framework, AFRF. AFRF. Another mind-boggling, super important term in audit, applicable financial reporting framework. Yes, do you know how to convert an active voice into passive voice? You know, if I say my favorite subject is audit, and then if I have to say it the reverse way, I'll say audit is my favorite subject. You understand? My favorite subject is audit and audit is my favorite subject. Okay. So likewise, if I have to convert this applicable financial reporting framework, instead of left to right, if I have to read it right to left, can anybody do that for me? Don't say framework reporting financial applicable. What you are doing must be. If I say applicable financial reporting framework, read to right to left, they read framework reporting financial applicable. No. Yeah, the reporting framework applicable to financial statements. Okay. Anything else? Anybody? Karo, where you got Karo re? No. Wrong application of knowledge. That is company's auditor's report order. We'll come to that later. Applicant, the financial reporting framework applicable. Okay, applicable framework for financial reporting. Okay. Use maybe some better answer. Applicable financial reporting framework. Okay. Other words, I could call it as it is the framework which is to be applied while doing the financial reporting. It is the framework and a framework. This is the framework. You can't do the accounting as you wish. This framework you have to apply when you're doing the financial reporting. What is financial reporting? What is financial reporting? You'll say, ma'am, CA final group 1 accounts. That is financial reporting. So, once you do accounting, then you can prepare financial statements. That's your financial reporting. So, ultimately, financial reporting is nothing but your accounting. Financial reporting is nothing but your accounting. So what I can say, applicable financial reporting framework is the framework which is to be applied. Who is going to apply this framework? Whatever is the framework, who is going to apply it? Obviously the management, when they are doing the accounting, when they are doing financial reporting, exactly. That means when they are preparing the financial statements. Right, so it is the framework which is to be applied. By whom? Applied by the management. When to be applied by management? When it is preparing the financial statements, in the preparation of financial statements. Okay. Now, what do you mean by a framework? कि तुम्हें एक boundary दिया हुआ है कि this is what you need to follow when the financials are to apply, when the financial statements are being prepared. So framework is nothing but the laws and regulations. The laws and regulations which are to be applied by the management in the preparation of financial statements. That is applicable financial reporting framework. Example, you understand, it is the framework, that is the laws and regulations which are to be applied by the management in the, when they are preparing the financial statements. They can't prepare financial statements as they wish. They have to prepare it as per the laws and regulations. That is the framework, right, which is applied by the management in the preparation of the financial statements. Example, an Indian company, when the management of an Indian company wants to prepare its financial statements, has to prepare its financial statements, what AFRF will they use? What laws and regulations will they apply in preparing the financial statements? They will follow, wonderful, superb students, they will follow the Ind AS and the Schedule 3 to the Companies Act, which gives the format of the presentation structure of the financial statements. Now, so Ind AS and Schedule 3 is an example of an AFRF. It's an example of a law regulation which could be followed by the management in the preparation of the financial statements. Okay. Now say that same Indian company, say Infosys, it's also listed on the US stock exchange. This Indian company, it's also listed on the NASDAQ. It's listed on the US stock exchange. So now, to the US stock exchange authority, to the NASDAQ authorities also, will this Indian company have to submit their financial statements? Now, to US stock exchange authority, you cannot submit your Indian GAAP financial statements. To US stock exchange authority, can you submit your Indian GAAP financial statements? No. So now this Indian company will have to prepare their financial statements, say as per the US GAAP or as per the IFRS, right? So again, this is an example of the applicable financial reporting framework. Right? Applicable financial reporting framework. Okay. Then, say this Indian company, this Indian company, same Indian company, it is a subsidiary. It is a subsidiary of a company which has a subsidiary of a company, and the holding company of this company is in Germany. Holding company. So the India, there's the subsidiary of that company. Where is the holding company? Holding company is in Germany. Right? So now holding company in Germany will want the financial statements of their Indian subsidiary company. Your boss is sitting in Germany. And German company is the holding company. Indian company is the subsidiary company. Now this Indian subsidiary ka financial statements will have to be sent to the German holding company. Now, German holding company, again, you cannot send them the Ind AS financial statements. So, German holding company, you will have to send them, say, the German GAAP financial statements. So, see, if I have to submit my financial statements to the registrar of companies in India, I will have to submit my Indian GAAP financial statements. If I have to submit my financial statements to the NASDAQ authorities in US, then I'll have to submit the IFRS or US GAAP. If I have to submit my financial statements to the holding company and say my holding company is in Germany, then I'll have to prepare the financial statements as per management will have to prepare financial statements as per German GAAP. See, normal Indian company, generally plain, they prepare financial statements as per Ind AS and Schedule 3. And normally every Indian company won't get up and start preparing financial statements as per US GAAP or German GAAP. Those you are preparing for a specific purpose. Because you are listed on the US stock exchange, because your holding company is in Germany. Right? So sometimes company needs to also prepare multiple financial statements. Like, Indian companies which are listed on the US stock exchange, they prepare the Indian GAAP financial statements and then they also prepare the US GAAP financial statements. And two set of financial statements they prepare. Why? Because they have two AFRF. They have two AFRF which is applicable. But generally, normal scenario kya hai? Ind AS and Schedule 3, or if AS is applicable, AS and Schedule 3. Does everybody understand the term applicable financial reporting framework? A very important term in audit. Hundreds and thousands of times this term is going to come. What is applicable financial reporting framework? It is the framework to be applied while doing the financial reporting. Framework mane what? It is the laws and regulations which are to be applied, which are to be followed by the management when they are doing the financial reporting. Financial reporting, that means when they are preparing the financial statements. And when they are preparing the financial statements. So auditor,